Welcome back, everybody, here to the Christmas Charity Magic by D2CL. It's their charity Christmas season. So if you want to get into the spirit of giving, go to d2cl.gg/charity, and you can donate to a very good cause as we are trying to feed everyone this Christmas. Maybe not everyone, but the people who are in need. Let's get into our game. It is game 2 of this series, even though we did have a bit of an ARDM, debacle earlier this evening. We are coming in now for a random draft game between Team Spirit and Team Empire, with Team Spirit already winning out with game number 1 in all random against Team Empire. We're underway, and I'm joined here by Scant. Welcome back, man. Welcome back.
Yeah, I'd love to give analysis of the draft, but it seems like this mode doesn't really cater for that because we can't see which heroes they're choosing from.
Yeah, spectators come second in this game.
So I mean, yeah. Good
No!
Spirit pickup. Oh, Spirit. What?
No! 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 Afterlife! Do you realize just how dirty you are?
Do you think Team Empire are like wishing they had actually taken the free win now? Like if they knew they were going to be up against Earth Spirit pickers?
Nah, no matter what happens, man, the Team Empire guys are really, really nice guys. They will never take anything that they did not earn, which makes Empire a great bunch of dudes.
Very respectable.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Give your respect, boys. Give your respect. I tip my hat to Team Empire. Where Team Spirit, you're disgusting. You know you're disgusting. Gold Black, I understand. Like, you know, you've casted me before. Every time we cast a Gold Black game, we always use the phrase, when you're in the draft, when you're in a Gold Black draft, he picks what he believes is the most imbalanced hero.
Yeah, pretty
And
much.
That's exactly what this is.
This is why Goblak brings us the heroes like Abaddon and Tree and usually Viper, like all those all the heroes that we describe as disgusting are heroes that he likes to pick. And Earth Spirit #1. This might actually be the first time an Earth Spirit's. It's the first time I know of that an Earth Spirit's been cast. Like that, there's been a competitive game with this hero in it.
He's got to have been in some kind of game, right? Because he's never in Captain's Mode. So there's always going to be a game which doesn't use Captain's Mode, and there's very few tournaments that do that.
Yeah, there have been 1 or 2 with RD as well, so maybe he's come up somewhere, but not in something that I've watched. I'm a little bit nervous actually, because as an analyst I feel ill-prepared to analyze the workings of this monstrosity.
You don't understand how Earth Spirit works? Shame on you.
I understand how it works, but it's like, you know, I don't know, it just does lots of things and then there's all this damage, and I feel nervous to say it was...
There's an easy way. There's a very easy way to understand the Earth Spirit. Everyone gets stoned, everyone gets pushed down, and no one's allowed to speak, because they are always silenced.
That's it. That's depressing.
That is
and
it.
He tried to do something interesting at the start here. I don't know if you saw, he like pulled one of the creeps into the side area, trying to get it stuck, but it didn't actually get stuck, it just jumped out, so I think that's Dota 2 1 and Earth Spirit 0, because trying to break the game in yet another way and failing.
This should be a fun lane in the mid. Aloha, dads. Wait, what is Resolution bitching about? he's needing help. There's always going to fly as well as the Weaver on this top up against a Night Stalker. Yeah, good luck on that front. Goldblack continues his roaming as well as the Bounty Hunter. Just trying to snipe anything which comes to Viper, probably hoping to find one of the salves. Hello Shards on top, Bane. Oh, he's still got Brain Steps, the extra damage is going to come his way, but what's Weaver going to do? The first blood's actually in the middle lane. So Goldblack, I thought he was only here for the courier, but he actually came for the hero. So first blood, it goes the way of Team Spirit, and they lose only their Bane on the top in return.
Yeah, and that's actually because Zeus had managed to spam Viper down really low, so Bounty could just go on him at the tower, which not something you see every day. I guess Viper needs a few levels to have like higher level corrosive skin and avoid that harass, but Bounty's actually returning to mid lane.
Here they go again. That lightning bolt's up at level 1, they need a little bit more chip. There's no Orb of Venom over on Goldblack, so they are not gonna... Wait, no, Goldblack, no! No! Down for the count. Top lane they're chasing after Havorst, who's over on that Tusker. He's still got Snowball available, and the Nightmare, well, he's going to Nightmare over on the Weaver. Take it off him at the last moment. I don't know if that was perfectly intended, but either way, Havorst is still going to die, as the Brain Tap is available for Always on a Fly. He's not going to go for a secondary control. Just be happy they kill off the Tusker, and the Weaver remains alive.
Yeah, so I'm not completely sure about that. It was like a little mind game. Like, okay, don't let go of the snowball just yet, because he's nightmared. Then you wake him up when Shikuchi's up again, and I think Empire were just a bit confused about what was going on there.
Alright, bottom lane. Goldblast coming back down again. They just dropped the sentry, so they'll see the dire observer ward, but no fear. Also visible in the tree line. Earth Spirit, what do you want to do here? Okay, Goldblack now realizes he's very much visible, and Ramses uses the Spirit to actually get Goldblack out to safety. Up on the top lane, looks like they're going to go again on another battle. Nightmare over on the Night Stalker as, well, Havors tries to rush it out. His 6 shots will keep him alive. Resolution needs to trigger the Mango in 1 second time to get this kill over on the Bane, while Weaver will kill off the Tuskar. Yeah, he'll use one of his Mangoes to get the kill over on the Bane, but as Core's getting these kills, and looks like Afterlife wants to go for more. The bug's going to remove almost all of the armor, but he can't do enough damage to kill off Resolution in time. So Resolution will just move back safely, and one Mango is wasted for the Weaver.
Do you think Earth Spirits is an intelligent hero? I mean, I've just been looking at his skill set. He's got Boulder Smash and Rolling Boulder, but then he's got Geomagnetic Grip, which makes him sound like quite sophisticated, actually.
You know who he reminds me
sure.
of? He's a simple kind of guy, but he's nice and smart. Like, he's tough. He's the Earthbender.
Yeah, guess that makes sense. Yeah, he's a simple guy, a small town guy, but secretly like develops these clever contraptions in his garage.
Aloha, that's too long. That's too far. He wants to try and turn around and attack into Iceberg, who's trying to wait out a little bit longer. Goldblack's taking a little bit too much damage. Can't go Invis in time, and Aloha Dance tries to do this. 2-on-1. Iceberg with the poison attack and the corrosive skin. He's ticking down.
Resolution's gonna run him down.
He can try. Ramses is here though with an Invis rune. Resolution can go underneath this tower, but now the rock hits him to start with. Still look at the trees. Iceberg just juking it out perfectly as Ramses misses on the boulder roll. And gets away. Yeah, that's another thing. What's the name of these bloody abilities? Boulder Smash, Rolling Boulder. I knew it was a boulder roll in some way. It's a rolling boulder. It's the other way around. And the Geomagnetic Grip.
Yeah, those they're mostly quite intuitive actually. Just like the simple way of explaining the thing you just saw.
It's the grip, it's the roll, it's the smash. Grip. That's it.
Yeah. So we didn't actually talk that much about the draft because we didn't have that opportunity. We didn't really understand, you know, which things they were selecting from. But this, of the games we've watched so far, is the one that has actually got a draft. Teams did make selections. We can't talk about what they chose from, but we can actually. I mean, I don't know. Do you have a preferred side here in terms of how these drafts look?
I just see Team Spirit as being completely imbalanced with their draft. It's too easy to isolate most of Team Empire and they just inflict their damage, especially when that happens. Just pushing it through, and now there's 2 Radiant players down so low. Ramses will find one of them. And now, rolling himself down after Resolution. He doesn't have the mana for another Spirit unless he wants to use the Mango. Throws the rock back through him. And now Ramses is dead. Afterlife's got to take the aggro here, and that's what you see Ramses twitching there for a moment. The Zeus will die in the mid lane to the Viper while all that was going on. So Empire's got
super close.
Empire's got a very standard draft that they could survive through a lot. And at least they'd be very comfortable with what they're playing. But there's just so many ways that they can get controlled, picked off, and then just completely destroyed by Team Spirit that I add the question mark and goodbye Aloha Dance.
Yeah, so my concern for Team Spirit is that they have physical damage from one hero. It's the Weaver. And everything else is spell damage. So you buy some BKBs, and you just need to deal with Weaver. And look at that, they got Disrupted Tusk, and I think they can deal with Weaver.
Oh, he's gonna fly. He tried to actually buy the perfect moment for him to switch the Nightmare back over after denying up the regeneration rune that Funnick was moving in for. That was so good. Top lane also looks like Afterlife should be able to kill off Havorst. Havorst can't get rid of that bug in time, so if Afterlife can just get one more attack in, he'll find this, and then he can time-lapse out most of the damage he's taken. But he can't use Shikuchi as well as time-lapse. He doesn't have... Actually, no, he's got a stick charge. He's got the mana for it.
By the way, we didn't discuss this, but have you noticed the hero allocations on Team Empire? Aloha Dance is actually playing Viper, and that's a support Resolution Night Stalker in this game. Or is it a support... Was it a support Havorst Tusk? I don't know. I mean, one of them was supports, right?
I don't think they even know what they're playing.
it sort of looks to me like, you know what this is? This happens in every team. I'm telling you now, whichever person was meant to play Viper was like, I'm not playing Viper. Viper's just a hero like that. You know, this is meant to be like a fun tournament. This is a fun mode. I'm not playing Viper in a fun game. What are you talking about?
Who wants to
Lodon's
swap?
probably stood
It's
up.
like someone swap me. Alright, I'll do it for you. Okay. Take it for the team.
Do you like playing Viper, Toby?
No.
It's very like a
No.
very much a
Who
what's
likes
the word?
Like, hey, in the words of
Polarizing
Blitz,
hero.
no one likes playing Viper, no one likes playing against Viper.
But there was someone. There was who I at like the major. I feel like on the panel, I think it was Melk who was like, yeah, actually, I like Viper. I think it was him.
It
would be him,
not
wouldn't it?
surprise me. Someone who's that bland in life would be that bland on a hero player.
Yeah. Occasionally you come across these people who like actually like legitimately enjoy Viper, and then I'm like, I don't understand you.
I
come
enjoy
from a
Jungle
different place
Prophet. Hey, that's a thing. But
I like Jungle Prophet. Some sniping careers can be fun.
goodbye, Havost. Down for the count. Resolution low on dance. They're making a run for Iceberg. He's got some damage he can inflict in return, but with the Viper Strike on him and the Urn charges, he knows he's dead. Resolution's fairly weak at the moment. Where are you guys? Okay, Afterlife as well as Ramsey's both running back to base.
Yeah, so we got to recalibrate. It's actually Havost who was playing support this game if you look at the CS. So it's a support Havost task. So actually it's not going to be like, because you're used to seeing Havost dying, you're like, oh, it's Havost, he's like, you know, he's the carry, he shouldn't be dying, but it's classic Havost things. But in this game, if he dies, whatever, you know, not that big a deal. Just doing that, you know, a little bit of supporting. And Aloha done some. Interested to see, because this is a player who's sometimes quite revolutionary in item builds. Interested to see if he brings something new to the Viper.
Right now, Standard might be a good thing for his team. Because he needs to be ready to fight in a moment. Funning's getting to the perfect point, and Funning's actually really used to this role. This is actually a non-classic thing. The Goblak used to do a lot with his teammates, where he would have the item critical heroes run on the safe lane in a very protected environment. In this case, it's Funnick getting him to a Blink Dagger and a TP scroll, so he'll probably just rotate instantly to the top lane to try and be part of a kill. Goblak, okay, he managed to snipe the courier.
Yeah,
it had the headdress.
500.
Resolution. Wow, there's your boulder roll. They're going in for more. The snowball. Everyone's going to get back out. So everyone always want to fly, but the Wrath of God, it comes in. And they will be able to bring down one. It's going to be the Earth Spirit. And Aloha Dance. The damage output should be more than enough. Goblak sniped in behind to find one extra kill on Half-Life. What if you really got one with those bugs up? Over on Avors, he's going to find one. Time-lapse himself back up again. Shikuchi off cooldown in 1 second time. And he'll run away from Aloha Dance. After what turns out being a 3-for-3 trade-off as kills go.
Yeah, Empire have all the tools to like run at the enemy team, be aggressive with a Task Knight, Stalker, Centaur, even the Disruptor to pull you back. But what Team Spirit have is just the pure damage outputs between Zeus and Earth Spirits and even Kuchis. So if you're running at them, I think it's the right approach actually for them to fight into you. They're not going to survive if they run away. There's no way they can survive if they run away. So they got to just hope they got the damage to take the fights, trade evenly, and that's kind of what they get there. To be honest, once Goblak gets level 6 on Bounty Hunter, might even be positive trade in that situation. You know, you go 3-for-3 with a couple of track kills, you're very happy with that.
In the meantime, we're getting later and later into a game where there's less and less control over on a Weaver. Like, you really doubt that No Fear is going to be finishing up an Aghanim Scepter in this game, especially as he is the lowest net worther on the field. So if this Weaver gets a BKB, actually, even if he doesn't get a BKB, correct me if I'm wrong, but Earth Spirits, he can push people out. Oh, No Fear. So low. Are they going to initiate? Ramses, what have you got to work with here? He magnetizes up, so they all get pounded out a little bit. And that's when potentially Half-Life could turn for an engagement. They've already got the kill on the Disruptor, and these guys... Why does this last that long? And Zeus gets the kill because of it! He's going to help out with a kill on bottom lane. What is that even a hero? Like that, look at him! I don't blame you, Funnick. Be pissed! That is not Dota!
Yeah. That's magnetized, just ridiculous. And you're asking if he can pull people. Yeah, it's the smash can push people away. The Grip pulls them back, and the roll is just for him to move around.
I'm wondering
The
though
ulti's
if,
just
if
like
it can push him in and
damage.
out of a disrupted wall, the kinetic field, or if you get pushed on the side of it.
I doubt it. I don't think there's not meant to be anything that can actually move you out of the kinetic field.
It didn't have to be this way, but it kind of does. It's a double damage rune over on Afterlife. He's trying to get the kill on Resolution beforehand. The TP gets, well, cancelled, and Resolution gets himself free gold on top. The low Ardence is already forced back to base, and Goldblack is stalking Horvorst. There is nowhere to hide on this map for Team Empire. And now the
That's the mech up on a low dance.
I still don't know how useful it's going to be.
Well, when your whole team is being burst on by Zeus and Earth Spirits, I think any kind of healing can help.
I won't disagree with that. The track is up, so they can see Horvorst and the Fiend's grip. It actually reaches that far. There's no Thunder God's Wrath available this time around. In fact, Funnick instantly blinks forward. The rock a little bit off target there from Ramses, but already Horvorst takes too much damage. There's your Thunder God's Wrath as he bowls forward and magnetizes Funnick. Well, you are a silent hoofed beast. They're going to find yet another kill. Aloha Dance just runs himself in, but he's just feeding his life away at the moment. Mech or no mech, disrupted ult. He's actually going to do some good work up against the Bane. So Always Wanna Fly will drop down. Goldblack being dragged back in because of the glimpse. But Ramses, he's still there with rocks. He's going to ball himself down towards No Fear. Resolution, now here for the piece. Has already used his Void, so Iceberg's able to TP himself away. And Earth Spirit, what do you got? Like, what imbalanced nation have you got that's going to save you? Nothing. Tuskar comes in with the shards, and he'll find the return kill. So Resolution gets something back for his team. But meanwhile, the Weaver's still finding. He's 5-0-4 over on this Weaver, going directly into the BKB. This is
the thing about Earth Spirits. It's like got insane damage from Magnetize, but it also has a stun, a slow, and a silence. And if it doesn't chain all those spells, the stun also can be AoE, right? It's like you can just control forever. And we talk about like Disruptor, Tusk, Nightstalker, Centaur, all have control. And this one hero, the Earth Spirit, controls the fight.
Well, Nightmare, Funnick jumping forward. Always Wanna Fly, trying to actually dodge it by grabbing the Nightmare back. With the snowball, he can't get the brain slip off in time. But because you've actually got a 3-man rock throw. Okay, yeah, that happens. The wall will allow Goldblack to die to a low hard dance. He goes for another shuriken toss. The bounces just keep going because the track is up. They start again with the magnetized Afterlife. He can potentially time-lapse himself down after being glimpsed out if he really wants to come back to this fight, which is exactly what he does. Jumps into Resolution, chasing up the No Fear. 4 heroes down, and they want Resolution. He's got bugs and urns on him, -6 armor on him. Afterlife will arrive just in time to get a couple of hits, but not before the armor is able to be restored.
Yeah, Earth Spirits is doing Earth Spirit things. We did talk about it right from the start. Pretty disgusting here. Fiend's Grip is still up here, so I don't know about this fight.
Yep. Well, Fiend's Grip's not going to really happen after it gets denied like that. But another rocket buys time for Always Wanna Fly to get himself in space. Nightmare's available. Going to miss on the denied timing, which I think was his plan. There's Afterlife as well as Ramsey just backing up. And this may just be that point where it turns into a 5v5 brawl.
Well, I gotta say, the team with Bounty Hunter probably prefers that, unless they're just getting horrible trades. If the trades are even okay,
bottom lane, Afterlife's in trouble. He's going to get caught inside the ulti of the Disruptor, so he's unable to time-lapse himself. Balance, he can survive, not with the one charges. He just can't do it. And Ramses finally revenge. You kill that Earth Spirit. Hate that bastard. 2 heroes down. Slightly biased. T-Spirit. Losing 2.
Yeah, it's okay to be biased against Earth Spirits, I think. I think that's accepted in the community in general.
Iceberg. What do you want, man? Like, he could actually kill off Horvorst here if he wants to. And Horvorst knows it. And with a haste route, okay, yeah, that glimpse isn't going to work. Horvorst can be dragged too far up the river to turn for a bolt like that. The Thunder God's Wrath won't be enough, not with the low hard dance having that mech available. But the tracks are kicking in for Goldblack. The shuriken toss, actually using it, that was... Okay, that was genius in a way. Uses a creep in the wave to throw out the shuriken toss, understanding that he cannot reach up to No Fear with a basic shuriken toss, so lets the bounce range do the work.
Yeah, nearly takes him down, 20 HP. But that's gonna be that darkness, and this is pretty scary for Team Spirit. They lose all their vision, and Zeus ulti's down.
Well, they're coming in, but you lose the vision. Push him back once, and then start the magnetize. Fiend's Grip keeps Viper out of the play. Iceberg, he's going to get enough space from Resolution. Yep, well, he was until he ended up dying. There's still Resolution copped so much damage for that Tuskar. Wants to TP out. Not going to be possible. So it will be a 2-for-1 trade-off. There's more support coming in from behind us. Resolution coming back to the fight. The Shards fire from the Tuskar, so it's already a 2-for-2 trade-off. But the track over on Resolution. Ramsey's still alive. Got more spirits to play with. Just pushing Godblack out to safety.
Bottom tower has fallen.
So it goes 2-2.
These trades, as I said before, these trades are always going to favor the Dire. They got bounty hunter, there's tracks involved. Like, there was a fight at bot rune where it was just 2-0 in Empire's favor, and those obviously will always favor Empire. But anytime it's a trade, it almost doesn't matter which heroes are being traded. It matters a bit.
Funnick! He got him! He got him perfectly! A blink to Hoofstomp just judged where Afterlife was going to go. Can he time-lapse? No, he can't! The Glimpse was trying to interrupt him as well.
So he caught the Weaver and Shikuchi?
Yeah, but he didn't have vision of the movement. All he saw was the Shikuchi happen from inside the lane and realized he was going north, hit the Hoofstomp perfectly, and then No Fear just banked on the fact that the Hoofstomp connected, threw the ulti down, threw down the wall, and because of that, they end up killing him off. Resolution, well, he's pretty low. Godblack visible. That rock can be a little bit off target, but Godblack, the poison attack is going to be enough. Aloha Dance's nightmare for the moment. Can they push him deeper in with anything? Ramses? Initiation on him. He's only got 3-1 charges. Triggers the magnetize straight away.
Yeah, and these are going to be the fights that don't favor Team Empire that don't favor Team Spirit, sorry. When Empire's the only one getting the kills. Because you can track all day, but if you don't make any kills, it's not going to just create gold out of thin air.
Still, the Weaver is surviving through most of these fights. Like, even when that mid-fight was going on, he was farming up bottom lane. He's almost completed the BKB, and now is in fact just, like, they're going for a trade-off again. It's the farm up on the top for the tier 1 tower in the mid. The Zeus is running ahead of Midas and almost finished his Bloodstone. So, Iceberg is already in a very comfortable position. Because he's running that Midas too, on top of track gold, the money coming into Team Spirit is just through the roof. Like, they had almost a 6,000 net worth advantage. It has dropped down quite significantly of late, though, to now 2,000. But with Bounty, it's easily able just to turn around again.
And you're right, this Weaver is very close to BKB, and I think that is going to be very significant. I think there's quite a substantial amount of control for the Weaver when he's not in BKB, but in BKB, there's nothing essentially. I mean, you can Viper Strike through that, but Weaver's got Shikuchi, it's not going to cost that much.
It's Viper Strike,
and as you said,
and Walrus Punch is kind of like the only things he's really going to be concerned about as far as control. Ramsey's going to have a play at mid, but the Observer Ward scouts his movement. Throws down the rocks, and No Fear just has no way out of this one. He can throw the ulti down if he wants to. Stampede, okay, yeah, no. Track kill going the way of Team Spirit. And now we see a real tower trade-off, tier 1 for tier 1, with the perk of the Disruptor going the way of Team Spirit.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Unless
and the trade-off here is...
Oh, sorry, can he get denial? Phonic looks like he wants to jump, and Team Spirit is horribly grouped up.
Yeah, he could have stomped them all and then probably still died because he doesn't have ulti, so even with them all stand, he's not going to be able to run away, I think.
Maybe that was also Team Spirit baiting. 4 heroes all perfectly grouped up together, realizing there's still 3 players from Empire up on top. It's like, Phonic, come on. I guess worth a hoof stop as well as double edge, right? Just debating for the kill.
Either way, doesn't take the bait then. It's going to be interesting now. Nightstalker very close to Aghanim Scepter for Resolution, and that usually takes control of the map in terms of vision. But you're actually against the Bounty Hunter and a Zeus, so there's vision elements on both sides. I think the Nightstalker Aghanims and Knights is still the bigger deal, but it's not. It might not be like it usually is, this kind of all-encompassing, we now have map control item, because there are those vision elements.
There's also the other problems too, where, like, yeah, you can see what's coming your way, but most of the time the Centaurs, like, he's got to be the initiator before Team Spirit can respond. There's Phonic again going for that blind blink. Because 1, they just don't see, and 2, they understand they need to chain everything perfectly to get the kill, or else Weaver will just time-lapse out. That's kind of their problem. And the ability to even blink if you get hit by Thunder God's Wrath is taken away from you. Or getting hit by random boulders coming out from Earth Spirit. It's...
They also switched roles, by the way. I spoke a lot about how Boston a lot.
Here they go.
Ramses
Resolution, that observer what it saw where they were. And Esprit, he actually gets himself out of the disruptor already, and the glimpse will drag him back so far. But he's actually fine. Now the Phoenix Group from always on a fly, controlling up the Viper. They'll kill him off quickly. They've already taken out the disruptor. And Funnick, well, there's not a lot you can do here. The BKB, yes, has been triggered by Weaver, but he's still got time lapse. They burn a couple of the oldies from Team Spirit, but they got so many kills it's worth it. And there's now 11 Bloodstone charges for the Headless Zeus.
They hit against the rush pits. They've got the bugs. I was wondering, do they have any tools for taking rushes?
Sorry! I didn't realize that, like, open up Zeus with his, like, to look at what items he'll have. I don't know if you get, like, the up in the air head of Zeus.
Yeah, what is that?
I know he had some bugs before, but this is the reason why his portrait is the way it is.
Okay.
Oh, they're gonna come out. Resolution. He's like, I know you got Nag and Scepter, but it's still very dangerous. Something like a 4-star or the ability just to push with the rocks, like always want to fly forward. He can get a follow-up Nightmare. But they get the Aegis Immortal up. Goes into the hands of the Zeus. Protects the Bloodstone charges more than anything else.
And Zeus is also the main damage outputs. Like, sure, Weaver's the slippery one, but I actually think that, just like I said previously, the Darkseer is the one dealing all the damage. It's sometimes surprising when it's the spell damage, but it really, when you have a Zeus, this is like basically a documented fact. It's almost always the biggest damage dealer in your team.
Yeah.
Core.
For now, until Afterlife gets something more like that Desolator up and running.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Funnick's trying to creep skip the mid, forcing out some level of tower trade, but with the rock being thrown forward, Tuskar, there goes the Thunder God's ramp. Avor's able to snowball himself into protection for the moment, but he's coming up towards Iceberg and dies very shortly after that.
Radiant's bottom tower has
And now Team Spirit will start to TP back.
Dire's
Funnick, he's so
middle
low.
tower is under attack.
He is so lucky that there's no Thunder God's Wrath again. No refresher orb for the Zeus to just pop it twice.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Resolution finishing that Aghanim Scepter, not getting value out of it yet because it doesn't actually help you that much if the enemy team's 5-manning. Like, sure, you'll get a hint early on before you run into them if it's like smoke versus smoke. But usually it's for, you know, finding people when they split up. And the splitting up is beginning again. Resolution's actually going to run straight into Always Want to Fly, I think.
Well, he thinks he's okay, but he's underneath the Dire Observer Ward. It's going to time out in 1 second time, but now there's Zero Spirit. Hits the rock perfectly, slap him across the face. But no Stalker.
He's just sent himself a gem.
Yeah. Now he'll understand what's around him. This actually spells really bad news for a bounty hunter. But the upside for a bounty hunter is you're not going up against a PL, you're not going up against a Legion. They've got no ways to dispel the track.
Yeah, even the Weaver, I think, loses out a bit with this Nightstalker Axe gem. Because you might just see things like glimpse in fights, forcing Weaver to BKB.
Resolution? Nope. We're gonna Blink Dagger Earth Spirit. What do you think of the build? Double braces? He's gonna have to sell one of these things now unless he wants to drop the bottle. Maybe he can give the bottle to somebody else. Yeah, he'll drop the bottle.
It always makes sense. I think Blink Daggers on like positional heroes always makes sense, and that's kind of what this hero does. It wants to get everyone grouped up for the ulti. It wants to get into the right position to pull someone or push someone.
They hit Aloha Dance. Can they get any closer? Well, they really wanted that Viper to drop a little bit lower because they got a fresh Aghanim's ulti over on Zeus. But they're not going to find a chance. So yeah, sorry, you were saying on the Earth Spirit.
No, just it's natural to see items like Blink or Force Staff on these like positional heavy heroes, and that's exactly what Earth Spirit is. So I like the build. I'm sure you'll be able to do a lot with this. And what I was going to say actually early on when the fight broke out is that it's interesting that they also switched roles in this game. But this one I don't think is because someone's like, oh, Weaver's boring or Earth Spirit's boring. It's probably that Ramses is the dirty Earth Spirit picker in their team. Because I think most teams have that one dirty Earth Spirit picker for pubs. And Ramses happy to oblige.
Quest 8K powered by Earth Spirit. Do you drink the rock juice?
Yeah. So I don't know, the game actually has come to a bit of a standstill now, which is interesting because the Aegis is still up on Zeus, and You'd sort of expect them to want to try and push their lead a bit. Maybe they're waiting for Weaver to finish the Desolator, which has not come up. But it doesn't look like Spirits are actually in an awful rush to force anything.
They're poking around. It's almost like Team Spirit are waiting for Empire to be the ones to engage out. Because they realize they can't really sneak up on Empire during nighttime. Like we have hit that daytime now, so it's a little bit more of an option for them. But the better way for Team Spirit just to go is to counter initiate. That's the better way to do it. But right now with Weaver as well as Bane showing himself underneath that Observer Ward in mid, yeah, they're not going to have any surprises on the field.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
They're going to try and push down this tier to get at least that much value out of the Aegis. One unfortunate consequence of Zeus being one of your big damage dealers is not very good at pushing. He's going to stand there and throw little pieces of lightning at the tower. But
you got to Weaver Desolator. Like, you're removing 7 armor from the towers, and like, you've already got enough damage, and especially when you catch out a Aloha dance like this. He's got the mech available, going to mana style it up. An Iceberg, well, he's considering that ultimate, especially as it's going to be, okay, yeah, they're going to have to try and turn a fight this one. The Nightmare will protect the Earth Spirit for now. Disruptor ulti is still doing his work, and they try and Glimmercape himself out. There goes your ulti. Funnick, he jumps out for the hoof stomp, but really, no, there's not much more to give, as the rocks just keep beating into Disruptor. And the Shuriken toss damage from Golblike does some work, but they still lose their Earth Spirit, and now they lose Golblike too. The Sentry Ward as well as the Jam in the perfect position. Golblike's got nowhere to run. He's going for one last toss, but he can't get it off. No Fear is dying to the bug back inside the base. So Afterlife will find himself a pick-off. But it's a 2-for-1 trade-off, and that was no track kill.
Afterlife's going to need a couple more items, actually. Potentially, depending on how this game goes, because it's the only physical damage. The rest is magical damage, and there's a bunch of tanky heroes on the side of Empire. There's a mech, and in fact, Funnick's got a Pipe. Pipe doing a lot of work in that fight, because it really is all magical damage. Like, the Zeus ulti comes out, Pipe had already been activated. Didn't really do that much.
Afterlife has to go for the Monkey King bar. Because any hero he wants to do like damage into, the Solar Crest from Lost is just going to stop that in his tracks. So he needs
I can get behind that.
He needs a true attack, but he also needs to be able to survive in the fights. And it's not really possible to build into something like a Lincoln Sphere as well as have your Monkey King bar time in the timing that he requires them. Unless T-Spirit take like fight after fight after fight, at which point then it won't be possible. And that's just because of the tracking count. But if they've done that, they've already won the game.
I mean, to be honest, by all rights, I don't feel like Team Spirit should be in the advantageous position they're in the first place. And it is kind of that Earth Spirit factor that's put them there, plus the bounty under track. Like, the problem of not having non-magical damage, or only having one hero with non-magical damage, against the lineup they're against is actually a very significant one. Kind of fortunate for them, I think, that the earlier parts of the game went so well for them. So they got themselves this lead, this little breathing space, and if Weaver keeps scaling, I think they should be fine, but it's gonna be all about this Weaver. Like, I don't think you see Weaver go down early in a fight without the rest of his team dying as well. Like, if the Weaver dies, it's panic stations for the whole team.
I'm interested to see what Iceberg's gonna build. It's got 3k gold over on the Zeus, walking around with 12 Bloodstone charges. And the Aghanim Scepter, the assumption will be it's a refresher orb. But I'm wondering just how effective that's really going to be up against someone like a Viper and a Centaur. It's great up against the Disruptor, you can probably kill him straight away, but...
There's not a lot else you can do. I mean, Zeus is a hero that absolutely cannot go for physical damage. So if he wants to increase the damage of his team, it's kind of like Veil or Refresher or Octarine Core. He could go for BKB to just protect himself, stay alive, get more damage off that way. But I don't think there's any other options really. It's like
I can feel the
one of the extra damage items.
Like the Octarine Core with the reduced cooldowns. Do a lot of work with your Arc Lightning, which is already a pretty damn low cooldown anyway. But you will be able to spam out so much during a fight.
Also gives you the lifesteal, so it does something similar defensively to the BKB. Like, sure, they can cast things on you, but as you deal damage, you get your life back, makes you a lot harder to kill. I think that could be a reasonable option.
Empire's trying to make the most out of this ulti of theirs, the Darkness. Putting down one aggressive Observer Ward. That's the only ward on the map right now. Okay, no, I take it back. There's one on the top rune. There's 2 Observer Wards down. They both belong to Team Empire. Resolution.
The
just
ward
has
on the
this-
top rune is pretty irrelevant, I would say.
Having a peek inside the base, God Black. It's kind of funny when you walk around with him in Invis, and you check out the perspective of Vampire and they don't see him, but you just keep getting reminded that the vision of the Aghanim Scepter, the radius of the Aghanim Scepter of Night Stalker, is still so much bigger than the radius of the gem that he's carrying.
Yeah, that's true. So you can definitely skirt around the edges with your invis on. Something that can be misleading because from the perspective of just looking at it, you're like, yeah, I can see all these things. I can see invis things, so should be able to see invis things there. But yeah, you're exactly right. It doesn't extend.
It's coming. Aloha Dance turns into him. He'll get his BKB off almost instantly. But how much damage have they got? Weaver just sits inside of his BKB, tries to focus down the Disruptor. So it's a 1-for-1 trade-off with that Bane dying. He'll buy back a TP at the tier 2 tab, but will it be in time when the Magnetized Ramses is creating a little bit of space, but not really enough. Goldblack's going to go down as well. So it's a 3-for-1 with a buyback, and Aloha Dance takes a triple kill. Getting that BKB off did so much because Team Spirit just didn't know where to attack into. Afterlife has to time-lapse himself out, but then again he's right next to Aloha Dance Phonic. He gets the Hoof Stomp. They're banking on the fact he's going to be there, even using the Mana Style. I don't know if that was really intentional from Aloha Dance, but he blocked him in. He'll get himself an ultra kill as we go 31-30. Team Spirit. Oh, they're looking pretty strong, but their lineup is kind of tailing off right now.
Yep, and it's that reliance on magical damage, also the lack of initiation. Like you mentioned earlier, it's good for them to counter-initiate, but that's kind of all on the Earth Spirits. It's really the only control they have. It's great control, but it's just that one hero. Gets neutralized in that fight, can't really provide that kind of utility, and with all the initiation tools, plus building up tankiness, bulking up, and not dying to the spell damage anymore, Empire starts to look better and better, I think.
Easiest throw shot of Empire's life right now. There's no way Team Spirit can catch him off guard because we're still in the darkness. Thunder God's Wrath will reveal what's going on, but Empire just repair all the damage before Team Spirit would even be able to arrive. It looks like we're going to go to a third game.
Yeah, it's certainly looking that way. And you know, how do we select the mode for that one then?
I was actually thinking the same question.
I guess they could do a new draft process down to one.
Nah,
mode.
I just
That'd
picked.
probably be the
We're doing
most
ability draft, everyone. We're doing ability draft.
Alright. That could be fun to cast. I mean, that's not buggy like ARDM, right?
No, I had never played it.
Yeah, I haven't played it much either since Dota 1 anyway.
I was actually hoping we'd get one ability draft game out of this tournament, but I don't think we've had one so far.
I can't believe which of the teams that chose CM last night. That's like, come on.
Who did Durka have? He had
was HR, wasn't it?
HR and London Conspiracy.
Abusing the tournament.
There's still a lot of money up for grabs, man. Like, that's just shy, I think, of 50k.
Fair enough then. Fair enough actually. You know, it's can't joke about that kind of money. That's big money for a lot of teams. And Zeus has actually finished the refresh orb. This is, I guess, the most standard way to build the Zeus. Uses the ulti just to scout at this point.
Okay, the teams will select another one. It looks like we're going to go through the entire like ban process thing again.
Yeah.
Because yeah.
I guess it had to be.
Yeah, we're not going to force another ARDM. Alright, so
Yeah.
is Earthspirit building into... Alright, so we got an Aghanim's upgrade for the Earthspirit. I love how even the tooltip doesn't expand for the Earthspirit.
I can tell you, okay. Earthspirit's Aghanim's upgrade lets Earthspirit turn people into rocks, and then like his abilities which interact with the rocks he makes can interact with those people. So he can like transform an enemy into one of his rocks and then kick them back into his allies or those kinds of things. It gives him like an extra ability, like an extra like turn someone into rock ability.
Okay. Interesting.
It's really weird. It's like yeah, it's a bit like the Warus kick. Like That's how it ends up working out, because that's what you end up doing. You end up like freezing people and then kicking them back all the time.
Protection Central. Does it stop any of the damage?
That I'm not actually sure of. I believe you might actually be able to do it to your allies as well, so it probably does. Pretty sure it's something people do to like send their allies into the fountain. But
Well, Funnick, well, they're going to glimpse. Earth Spirit missing the timing on the boulder roll. And Ramsey's going to get completely punished in the mid lane. Down for the count. 50 seconds on the sideline. But Empire.
yeah, so it could be all academic. Not likely to get to that axe this game at this rate.
It could be, but the Monkey King bar is done over on the Weaver, so his damage output has really started to rise a lot more. And they keep giving it more space to get money for buybacks.
Dire's bottom tower is
Like he's only short of it by about 700 gold, and in a fight he's, well, at least even in the farming of the lanes, he's going to earn enough.
Well, I can tell you, this Empire are not going to back off with this Aegis on this Viper. Mech, BKB, Aegis also got an MKB of his own. Aloha Dance wants to burn this Aegis.
4-staff up, followed up by the Blink. They catch out Godblack, but he'll end up getting glimpsed over. I don't think that was initially the plan, but either way, it still does work. So now there's no bounty hunter for 50 seconds. And Team Empire try and finish this job. You can enfeeble over on the Viper, but he's still with his own Monkey King bar, so he's doing enough damage of his own. What level enfeebles that? It's only level 2 as well. So Afterlife, Funnick, again, they try and 4-staff Iceberg forward, but the remnants, the rocks is pushing him back, disrupted down very quickly in Tusker. Well, Havor's had his BKB before this, but he's dying the bug. They'll get rid of it just in the nick of time. The Aegis Immortal is being expended by the Viper, so Aloha dance back to the World of Living. They fiend script him up, and then they actually use the rock to push always when to fly into the tree line, getting a full duration off on the fiend script. The Nightmare Resolution, don't really want to lose this gem. That's why he has to BKB himself out of here, away from the effect of Magnetize as well.
That's such a beautiful play, actually. Kicking the Bane away so you can't cancel the Fiend's Grip. Viper doesn't get any value out of the BKB. Well, I mean, I can't believe I'm actually complimenting an Earth Spirit play, but that was nice thinking, quick thinking.
How do you compliment Earth Spirit?
Yeah, I guess I'm going to the dark side.
That's it. That's it. I just I don't want to give him a full applause. The play was good. The play was good. The hero is not. Alright, so...
And this kind of resets a little bit. I mean, I do still think Empire looking good, but they've lost the Aegis. They did not take a Rax as a result. And it is possible for Spirit to win fights. I mean, as you said, the Weaver's damage output's really high. Zeus and Earth Spirit also have that damage output, assuming that they can, like, get it all done. Both people. There's just the BKB on the... Okay, Viper and Nightstalker both have BKBs. Sentinel doesn't have one, though. I suspect that... No, actually, Sentinel's sending the credits to the secret shop.
Avos has a BKB as well.
Oh, okay.
No, BKB won't save him from this. Like, he's got a bug removing all of his armor and keeping the vision up. He's going to snowball and cancel his own TP, trying to run around the side. Afterlife. I think he was looking at Tire Blast, believing that maybe that would put him into a better position against Avos. And Avos is really concerned.
Yeah.
Well, there's no damage that can kill him. Like, there's nothing around him. They must be worried about like a bounty hunter being nearby, or maybe a refresher or being off cooldown for the Zeus.
Well, Sentinel, actually, Funnick, very close to his own Ags. Couple hundred gold, and then we're gonna see people running over walls and taking no damage. All sorts of shenanigans there.
I don't think Empire really care. They can go wherever they want thanks to the Earth Spirit. The Bounty Hunter will keep the vision up, so will the Zeus. The Bane's the only one who's really limited. It looks like he's the man building into the Veil of Discord. I'm not
Yeah, the bigger deal is going to be the damage reduction, I think. When Sentinel has Ags and he uses that ulti.
Is this a Necro book build for Godblack? Or is he thinking about a Halberd, maybe? He just got a casual belt of giant strength on him, and I'm just trying to think, like, what's that meant to go into?
And he was like, I need a belt.
I need a little bit more life, just casually. A casual belt. They're gonna 4-man smoke. A little bit late in the lightning to check and see if there's a ward there, but now Resolution sees the Observer Ward. That Observer Ward also sees Resolution, the Sigils, Doesn't see the movement inside the pit because it's blocked by the pit area, but Resolution walks out. They want to kill him off quickly. The Fiend Script, can they do the job? Not when Funny gets a good blink hoof stomp like that. Always want to fly, dying so quickly. Already down for the count. The BKB should now expend here from Team Empire, but they've done their work. They caught out Ramses in the Disruptor ulti. Goblak will tick out up on the hill, actually almost ticking out on the hill, actually survives at the end of the day and tries to outrun them. The Shards will get the kill, a triple for Vorst. And Afterlife needs to buy himself some more space here. Funnick's right behind him. The double edge to go to work. Iceberg back to the fight, but then Funnick, well, they got everything they kind of need to kill off Iceberg. He thought he was ready to fight. Afterlife was not. And now Afterlife, well, at least he gets a hit into Funnick with that little bash, but Team Spirit have lost a little bit too much now. The upside is the creep waves aren't pushing into the base, so it's kind of like, what do you really go from here? Where do you really go from here, Empire?
Yeah, they would like to go for Rush, which will be spawning pretty shortly, but the whole enemy team's also spawning quickly. Even the Zeus who just died thanks to all his Bloodstone charges. We'll have lost a bunch of them now, but Rush is actually up. And I guess Empire can't go there because Viper's dead and he's the physical DPS in their team, and that maybe opens up the possibility of the Rush for Afterlife. If he goes and takes a look, he can kill Rush really quickly.
Have to be really quick though. And they have to come in from the northern part. And Shikuchi in, even when he did that from the ancient area. And right now, I think his only concern is finishing up the Assault Cuirass. They might need to get
Which is also being finished on Nightstalker right now. Actually is finished on Resolution, no Assault Cuirass.
Okay, Team Spirit are in a world of hurt. Like, this game going their way, yeah. The chance is very, very low. Ramses might just
Zeus ulti scouts them out. Shows them on the other side of the map, and Weaver runs straight into the rush, but they've got that ward showing it, so this is definitely going to be a forced confrontation between the two teams. But can they get there quickly enough?
Well, they're setting the sigil to try and slow things down, but with the Assault Cuirass and the early damage and control from the bug, yep, the sigil comes in. It's going to time out almost instantly. They still know Afterlife's inside the pit. Always on a fly, walks out. He's going to glimmer keep himself away to safety. The punch is still there. I say safety when you still got that Aghanim's gem. Ramsey's down for the count. Roshan's already very low, and Funny gets himself a hoof stop over on Goldblack. They'll find always want to fly, but he'll Nightmare up one. The Weaver is down. I think that might actually be the game right there.
Yep, no buyback on Weaver. That's got to be game.
With 80 seconds, you're up against Aegis and Cheese. They can just force the issue if they want to. They being Empire, of course, straight down the mid lane. All the time in the world. No refresher ulti for another 30 seconds for the Zeus.
Iceberg's going to have to do some fancy footwork here to get off as many spells as humanly possible, or as, I guess he's a god, as godly possible. That should be a lot of spells, actually.
Like, their only real hope is they get they get at least 2 tracks up, Shuriken Toss to start bouncing around, then you throw out the double ulti, and that'll drop the heroes down low enough that you'll end up being able to defend. Like, fortification isn't available, they'll lose at 1, okay. 4-star forward. Funnick really intended to go that way, but either way, they still have to kill over on the Bane. The tracks are all up, so the Shuriken Toss start bouncing around, but Iceberg, well isolated. Now he'll buy it back. Goes in for that second ulti, but the damage is already repaired. Empire really just don't care. And Ramses is caught outside the base. He'll jump back in, but it's GG. We're going to go to a final game to see who will take the series, which has been, well, unique to say the least.
What mode are you hoping for, Toby?
Oh, definitely ability draft.
Ability draft, okay. I'm gonna say actually fine, ability draft. Let's go for ability draft. I just hope it doesn't bug out the way the ARDM one did.
Who knows? We'll find out anyway, guys. So stay tuned on the live stream. We're here at the quarterfinals. There is only another 2 quarterfinals to play, then our 2 semis and the grand final. So we only have you another 4 best of 3s, and then I think we actually are running a best of 5 grand final. That is going to be our tournament for the D2CL Christmas charity magic. Stay tuned. We'll be back.